we're live on YouTube as well. Now, let's see. Oh dear. Moderate live chat. Yeah, here we go. I'm trying to let's see. See if I can. Okay. YouTube Studio. Hang on just a minute, y'all, because I'm trying to set up something.
We're raising it to another level of technical achievement today.
Yeah, hopefully so.
This will be a day long remembered.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's us, so it just needs a higher level of potential mistake.
Never be so negative, sir. Shame on you.
Oh well, hang on. Just bear with me for a second. Basically, someone volunteered to be a moderator for the chat, so that she can share my books and
Right.
links for other things, so that I'm not having to step back and forth. And let's see. Okay,
There are people all over the world that watch this broadcast because of its level of technical sophistication alone.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Okay, see analytics. Where's this thing they're talking about? From the left, click settings community. Hold on. Settings community. All right. Here we go. Save. Okay, that should do it. Hopefully that will do it. Okay. Yes. Okay. And Leg of Anguid and Guyvid, Oracle, Yodi. I was moderator. Yes. Laura, looks like you are now moderator. So, all right. Awesome.
Tell me what to do. Tell me.
I thought that's a different.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Tell me I can't do that.
Okay.
It's okay, she'll asperge you in a moment.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to asperge myself. I mean, it's. I'm the kind of person that wonders, thought-provoking questions like, would 5W30 motor oil be Astroglide for a transformer?
Girl?
Hey, when you're a writer, you think of these things.
When you're an entry into the DSM-5, you do too, but...
Well, I mean, stranger things have happened, and the one joke that they inserted in the Bayformers with, what was it, Bumblebee lubricating on that man.
Let's. Don't get me started on the list of things that you have in the Michael Bay movies. Between that and then the.
We shall not speak of sacrilege things here.
Yeah, that and the Decepticons, in Revenge of the Fallen. They pretty much established for all time. I'm tame. Anyway. Yeah.
Revenge of the Fallen was just a horrible, horrible nightmare for us in general.
Actually, you know what was really funny? The spring before that movie came out in 2009, I actually got to go to Dallas, and we got to watch a talk by Dr. Zahi Hawass. I had gotten to sign up for this like months beforehand. And it's funny, he has like this slideshow of like celebrities that he's gotten to take selfies with in front of the Sphinx. And that included Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Yeah.
And so it was really funny to hear him in that cute accent of his. Instead of talking about the mummies, he was talking about the Transformers. And, I was like, oh, wow. So I kind of got a spoiler ahead of time. I was like, okay, so part of this is they filmed in Egypt. And of course, for me, it's really, really funny for them to just jump from one scene to something that they obviously filmed around Luxor to something that they filmed at Giza. And I'm like, that's not even in the same neighborhood. That's like a 3-hour drive, but the rest of the world doesn't know. So.
Yeah, I'm looking around like, they're fucking up Karnak and everything. Budge.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So,
actually, don't budge.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but that's your fun, bit of cultural crossover for the evening.
Yes.
There will be more, I'm sure. And yes, we will need to asperge ourselves in the naughtiness. But
Yeah.
I'll have to work extra hard on you, Darren. Okay, that's interesting. Because I just, it's like I just heard from the altar. No, you don't. It's my festival too. See, that's from Ishtar.
Well, as long as we're going to define working hard, ...
Well, working. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I just kind of blundered into that one. Anyway, well, tonight we're doing, Bast because you had. If you remember a month ago, we had our Bastapalooza, and I accidentally deleted the pictures from that, unfortunately. But that's. There was, that was one date for it, but then you have another date, later, a month later, from a different location. In this case, actually across the river from Luxor in Medinet Habu. That's when they would have the Feast of Chewing Onions for Bast. What's funny is that they weren't on the offering lists. We know what kinds of vegetables and fruits and things they would, and meat offerings they would give to her, but onions weren't, something that were on the list. So it must have been like a folk thing. You went home and maybe made an onion dish or something. But you had that, and so that's why we also have Amun to one side. But because we have the spring equinox coming up, that's when you would have festivals, down the road in ancient Babylon, and Ishtar have featured heavily in those. So. And another thing that's interesting too, another little bit of tidbit before we get started. I've been reading, some translations of Akkadian texts, and there are some that they know from examples that they found in the library at El Amarna in Egypt, and these were basically being used as like literacy, lessons so that the scribes in Egypt could learn the Akkadian language so that they could translate royal correspondence that went back and forth. Mm. And they were using things like, I think, one of them was the story about how Ereshkigal got her husband. The god Nergal. He was he was rude to her messenger, so they sent him down and said, by the way, she's going to be down there. She's going to be naked. She's going to be hot. Don't have sex with her. And he did. Yeah.
And he failed.
Miserably.
Yes. 6 days and nights later. Whoop, and here we go.
Spirit willing, but...
Here we go. There you go, guys. Okay.
Flesh tired.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So that's how he came to.
What is it with these underworld gods and seeds?
Well, no. The story is that Ereshkigal, she went down to the underworld at a young age, and so she became queen of the underworld and was lonesome, and needed some company, and had a voracious appetite. Remember, she is Ishtar's sister, so. So it's actually a very cute story. There's a couple of different versions of it, and one of them is a little more, you have to keep in mind that this was written thousands of years ago, and so there's some stuff that we might consider a little Me Too, but for them that was not so beyond the pale. So if you kind of keep that in mind, then there still ends up being some other stuff in there that kind of catches you by surprise, and you're like, oh wow, go Ereshkigal. Yeah. So.
Anywho.
Yeah. And oh yeah. And okay, yes, and thank you for sharing the link for my Discord, and all this stuff, because I'm so grateful to you guys. That's the thing I have to say first. I'm so grateful to everyone who's come in, and to Ren, who's been so kind to help me with all of this, and she's awesome. And by the way, if you have any questions about Norse or Germanic heathenry, talk to her. The Troth they have really great publications. They're awesome. Check them out.
The Troth will set you free.
Um,
You can pay me for that one later.
Actually, one of these times what I need to do is I do have a book that they put out, and it's got their nifty little logo with like the four crow heads and the apples, on it. It's really neat. So when you see that, okay, that's the Trove, and they're cool. But so getting into the right frame of mind. And I just realized I forgot to put a fresh candle in there. We'll need that for the other bars.
You got to put a what?
Tea light. I needed a fresh tea light candle. So there we go.
It's just that you mumbled it so much I didn't know what you said.
Sorry. Okay. This cool water soap on my hands. They purify me. This technique purifies me. Hail unto you, initiative. Come unto you without falsehood, without evil. My purity is upon my hands, my purity is within my heart. I've cast out all purity that pertains to me, and you're waiting to do it. Yes.
She cast out all my purity, not the
impurities. Impurities, darn it. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Ha!
Definitely need to get another camera for that.
Yeah. Come here. There, just take that. I keep a hand towel on hand. And I give it to him after he's done flicking water at me. Thank you.
So we have water, we move on to
Fire. Exactly.
Fire, man.
Well, can be. So. Oh, here we are. Nope. Yeah, I guess tonight is my night to be bumping the camera. So I guess, that's just going to be part of the shtick, I suppose. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes. The four corners of the world. And we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
this right here. You arise in the Aketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Bast, Amun, Ishtar, O Yenuchuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, and cast out Svet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Ayanachuru, these waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenuchuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you, it takes its place upon your hands. O Yenuchuru, we give you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yenuchuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yenuchuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. And another of your favorite parts. But wait.
There's Merc.
Mm-hmm. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Bast within her house. Is Amun within his house, is Ishtar within her house. Pure are the cause of all these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Haraketi, for Bast, for Amun, for Ishtar, in every place that there are mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Haraketi. Come to your bodies, O Bast, O Amun, O Ishtar. Come to your bodies, O Nuchiru. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Bast, before Amun, before Ishtar. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ora Haraketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapura Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And as we pause to remember our blessed dead, this weekend, one of our friends on Discord, Elvira, lost their grandmother this week. So we will remember her with the offerings as well. Lighting the Eye of Horus, that it may light her way, and offering cool waters from the table of Osiris.
Love, honor, and respect.
Mm-hmm. Horekaru ta henket kakao abdu senachurmaha kutnibet nofret wabet anket nachurim and kawan akuku nibu ma keru nibu hiru nachura. Voice offering of 1,000 of bread and beer, beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased, and your ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. I'm going to work to expand that. I'm just going to have to sit down and take a little time with it. But, yeah, I know we got some prayer requests on the Facebook group because there was someone that wanted to. I know there's someone last week that had a. They were waiting to get approval for some medical treatment, and there's some other folks that just have been feeling kind of under the weather lately, myself included a little bit on that, and prayers. I've also seen some discussion about which states have been rolling out vaccines at what rate, and the prayer is that everyone gets theirs soon. We got ours on Monday, the first one anyway, and it's funny, you felt fine, didn't you?
I felt fine until the next day, then I was just tired. All I wanted to do was sleep.
Yeah, and
but other than that, and I grew a third eye. Unfortunately, it's on my ass and I can't see a thing because I sit on it. But that being here nor there, I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my arm was sore, and apparently a friend of ours had a sore arm for a couple of days. But otherwise, yeah, it's don't be too scared of it. It's like getting any other kind of shot, really. So.
I would also add that for me, I am trying to get a hover round.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Good luck on that. Stay away from the Grand Canyon.
Oh, it's because of all the commercials.
Because, those two old ladies filmed that commercial, and did we ever see them again?
Yeah, well, that would be that would be a great way, to get around more. So definitely, and our friend Seto was planning on joining us, and she had passed on a request for just prayers because she's applying for a loan and hoping she can get that. So, well, let's start off.
I will add that all the cats in the house are very happy.
Well, they know it's a good day for cats. So that, and it's springtime, and cats kind of get busy in springtime. I notice, especially around here.
Yep.
Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus whom Ra loves, protect us through the dawn. Oh, and I also have to extend my thanks because we did have some storms roll through, and we had some pretty strong winds, but no damage. And I hope that we have a... They're saying it's going to be a very busy storm season for here in the United States, and my prayer is that everyone gets through safely and we don't have severe damage like we did in 2011 when you had that super outbreak.
Yes, I don't want anybody to have to deal with things like that, not just us.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone be safe. As safe as possible.
Hey, Mom, look out for everyone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll need to burn his candle.
Well, one of his mothers, at least, is being on call, so it's...
Yeah, that's as good a time as any. I just refilled Sekhmet's candle, so we will welcome her. Offer our praise to Sekhmet, the Eye of Ra. Mother of Mahes, may you protect
In
us
fact,
from your
both his
arrows.
mothers are here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And may you continue to protect us from all of the arrows, all the negativity. See us through. And let's see. Yeah, here we go. There's another a hymn to Amun. This is actually from the morning hymn at one of his temples. May you awake beautifully, Amun Ra, Horaketi, Atum, Kepri, Horus who traverses heaven, great falcon dappled of plumage, fair of face, lord of the great twin plumes. May you awake beautifully upon the morning, through the entirety of that which the gods say to you. Jubilation unto you in the evening, the stars worship you at night. The pregnant one lies down in the morning to bear you, your mother nurses you every day. Amun Ra lives, and the evil one dies. You are established while your rebels are fallen, so that you might traverse the heavens in all life, stability, and dominion. You spend the day in your bark, your heart being pleased, Ma'at appearing at your brow. As Amun rises, so Aketi shines. The crew of Ra is in jubilation. Heaven and earth are in jubilation. Heaven and earth are in exaltation. The great in need makes a claim for you. Amun Ra Horaketi comes forth, true of voice, true of voice, true of voice, true of voice.
That is a lovely one. Never hear that one.
That's actually from Hybis Temple, which is in one of the oases, but they know that it was a lot of the things that were carved on the walls in Hybis, they took from the temple in Thebes. And this was like a it wasn't a dissertation. This was some other publication that somebody did that I managed to get as a PDF, and I'll have to it's actually in the bibliography for celebrating the Egyptian gods. Oh, and good news, I did order some copies of my books to restock the Etsy store because I figured out, I'm out of those. So I've got some on order. As soon as I get them in, which will probably be in another couple of weeks, then I can relist them. And you can get one signed. Yay. I will set that here. And some folks have been asking on Discord if there was something for Anubis coming up. And yes, there is. On March 24th, which is actually the middle of next week, is the robing of Anubis. And we'll honor that on Friday because, Anubis is kind of a popular guy. So, would not want to miss one of his festivals. So let me just... Okay, and... I'm just pausing for a minute to kind of scroll over and see because I see some other prayer requests. To Jehuti and Seshet, that all goes well tomorrow in a Zoom conference to learn about the application process for art school. Yay. Oh, okay. And Ran gets her second shot Tuesday, and husband's first shot was today. So awesome. Oh, and our friend that we've been offering prayers for who had gotten a double amputation is coming home from rehab soon.
Cool. Way to go.
So that's good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and from Miss Jackal, prayer request to Bast that my kitty, by the same name, stops eating plastic.
Oh my.
Okay, and Yodi needs prayers for her health and healing for a dear friend. Absolutely. Oh, Sarana says, thanks to Jehuti, my paperwork finally came in in the birth certificate for a child. So, yay. And okay, someone who and has an aunt who lost her husband recently. And And prayers for mental health to improve. Yeah, so tell you what.
I imagine there's plenty of people who are waiting on their stimulus too.
Yeah, well, we got ours in, but yeah, I know a lot of folks are waiting on that, and it's funny. That's something else. I guess I need to remember. Same day as the like official date of the robing of Anubis. I need to call and see if I can get Megatron, my car, an appointment to get looked at because people are starting to get checks in. The places like that, like auto repair and all that, they're getting like booked up because everybody has money to get vehicles fixed now. So it's funny. I think in an entire year, I've maybe put 3,000 miles on the car, which is, who does that? But, let's see. Yes, let's say a prayer for Seshat, so that like Celery's Zoom meeting goes well. And for everyone that's trying to get through school, because I know another of our viewers is also working on a paper, and we got folks that are trying to do things like normal in spite of everything that's going on. And may Jehuti and Seshat give them a hand. Dua Seshat Noshiri Sefkat Abwi Yekeret Insaret Nebet Medu Nature Nebet Ma'at Nacheri Da'at. Hail unto you, Seshat, holy female scribe, the seven-pointed one, excelling in wisdom, mistress of the sacred words, lady of Ma'at and great goddess. May you help those who seek wisdom and learning and all things that are in writing. May you help them find what they're looking for. And Anubis, because folks have lost loved ones. Hail and praise, O Anupu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the west, fair son of Osiris. Great physician who heals, your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osir's side. You serve the blessed dead, they live because of you. And we cannot forget Inanna, Ishtar. Lady of all the Mays, resplendent light, righteous woman clothed in radiance, mistress of heaven, deep-hearted, good woman with a radiant heart. I will enumerate your Mays for you. Be it known that you are lofty as the heavens. Be it known that you are broad as the earth. Be it known that your gaze is terrible. Be it known that you have flashing eyes. Be it known that you are unshakable and unyielding. Be it known that you always stand triumphant. Most precious lady, beloved by heaven, your holy heart is great. May it be assuaged on our behalf. And the May is a concept from Sumerian belief, and those were like concepts, ideas that form the basis of civilization. And so there's a story where Inanna drinks her grandfather under the table and takes all of his maize from him. And that's how she becomes mistress of all of the maize. Oh, woohoo! Yeah, somebody just bought my books. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed them.
Thank you.
Yes. And a friend of ours says, I know that struggle with plastic eating cats. Yeah, and I would not know what to suggest with that, because
Now many cats like to lick plastic bags and
Huh.
other containers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much you just have to just take plastic away from them when you can.
You know
I'm not
what's
sure what they must. There are certain sprays and stuff like it's a no. It's a kitty no or whatnot. You spray it and it keeps the kitty from going and messing with that.
Huh. Kitty no spray. Huh, yeah, we can't have cats because Darren's allergic. Otherwise,
we would, because I love cats.
Yes, because cats are very sweet.
Yes.
But
and particularly speak to me.
Yes, they really seem to like Darren.
But all this talk of eating plastic is making me hungry. And the Transformers gasp in fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Don't let him get too hungry. He'll eat fortune cookies.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's when she knows I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently it's good in pudding.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, and I'm going to extend prayers. May the gods provide healing. As a leg of Angivid was also saying they have an Achilles heel. You know, that's Achilles tendon. That's
oh my gosh.
That's giving him trouble. So your servers. Actually, I think what happens is plastic. It has an effect on hormones or something, you know, and that's why, you know, there's some concern about the food that we eat, that we zap in microwave containers in plastic, and could that be affecting us? But I don't know. I guess with the cats, maybe it's a texture thing. I don't know. But so pheromones, or like a scent. There's a scent in the plastic that drives them crazy. Yeah, well, I've also heard that that's why they like to do things like rub all over leather shoes, because, you know, the smell of the leather, they just love it. But again, I wouldn't know because we can't keep kitties.
Unless they come out with a way to make it suppress the allergy.
Well, allergy shots in theory would do it, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something else. I guess I will include prayer. So you know what? I'm going to extend a prayer asking for health and well-being for everyone that suffers allergies, because here in the United States, in this part of the world, it's that time of year again. And I know the trees are doing what they have to do. This is part of their life cycle. But so many of us have allergies to that. And may we please get by with a milder year this year than last year, because last year was pretty rough. So if you guys would be able to help us with that, it would be to your praise and our deepest thanks. Because, you know, Megatron already has a dusting of yellow, and I can see the little things that give off the pollen on all the trees all around us. It's like, oh boy, it's that time of year. O gods, may you grant us life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in their hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ear to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Okay. Okay. Just see some more requests, and I pray to Amun to help me on my path. So I'm still fairly new to being an Egyptian pagan. Let's see. So just wait till the maples bloom. We don't have very many of those down here. For us down here in the deep south, it's the loblolly pines that really just between them and the oak trees that just. Mhm.
I think what we have is the cottonwoods.
Okay, more cat stories about things that cats get at. And there's one cat that tore up some canvases, destroyed a couple of paintings, but didn't touch a Sekhmet painting. Huh. Professional courtesy.
Respect for parent.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, you know what? And since someone asked about their path and being new to it, we'll ask Amun in his aspect of Lord of the Ways to help guide our friend. And also, speaking of opening the ways, there's a deity who is in charge of that and often gets confused for Anubis. And that would be Dear Wepawet. Let's see. Now, it's a little harder to find materials for him, but we've got a little something here. Dua upwahut, netra neb rosata, neb keraret, neb tajasur, neb abju, nesh haritef, kerep tawi. Hail unto you, Wepawet, the great god, Lord of Rosatau, Lord of the cavern, Lord of the sacred land, Lord of Abydos, defender of his father and controller of the two lands. May you open your ways for all of those who are seeking the right path, and may you give them guidance so that they find their way. Now, Wepawet's story is that he is also a son of Osiris, so he's actually got a little more in common with, or he's got some things in common with Horus, I think, not just with Anubis. He has a wolf head, so he looks like kind of like a grayer form of Anubis, but that's why he has titles like the Lord of Abydos, that was a cult center for Osiris, and of course the sacred land, that's the cemetery. And the caverns. So he has that ability to bring people, to be a psychopomp and bring people to the underworld, but also to help people who are just trying to find their way, being, who lives in the desert, he knows all the little dusty tracks. So, yes, and there's several folks. Wolf, another friend of ours, he also venerates Wepawet as well as Anubis. So, and if anyone has any requests for fortunes, for divinations, and we've got those too.
I'll go ahead and have one done.
Alrighty. Let me set this big old bowl right here so we can collect our fortune cookie stuff. All right. I think this one right here was waiting on you. Okay. And Yamanu. Man's biggest mistake is to believe that he's working for someone else.
Interesting.
That's, it's, of course, I think of that, think of, well, when you're working a job, you think, oh, well, I'm working for somebody. No, you're there because you choose to be. Don't let the daily grind obscure that fact for you. You're, remember you have a choice in everything. You may not. Gosh, what am I thinking? I'm kind of tongue-tied tonight, but even a choice you don't really care for is still a choice. But I guess in your case, because I know you're not, working for somebody. I guess remember that you choose, whatever the situation, remember that you're there because you're choosing to be there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your original purpose. We never work for someone else for their sake. We typically do it for our own. We may get lost in their deeds. We may get lost in our responsibility. We may get lost in their purpose, which is their way.
Mm-hmm.
Try to remember you're there for you. Not you're working for you. You're there for yourself. And when it stops being about your needs, time to stop.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep that in mind and see where it applies.
Okay. All right. And so, Leg of Engaivid has a request for a fortune. So does Serana. Sarcastic, and also Ren.
You're kidding.
Ha ha ha. Yes, and our Rendryat is correct. Fun fact: the Egyptian jackal is technically a subspecies of gray wolf. They did some DNA studies and they figured out, there is some relation. So, yeah, if
He's
you
got an American cousin.
Huh?
Got an American cousin.
Well, the gray wolf is like, found all over the world.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because remember you've got gray wolves in Europe and Asia. Then like Russia. And then there's the North American gray wolf. If you go back far enough, they're all related. Because the whole land bridge, it was more than just
right.
Sorry,
not a person. Can't let you cross.
Birds.
Yeah, it was more than just Indians and mastodons that were crossing the land bridge. So
no.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's okay. So, Arax accidentally ordered a Mahes statue instead of a Sekhmet.
Guess who wanted to come home?
Yeah, you know what? And that's happened. As a matter of fact, I actually had someone who ordered some, I think they wanted like some Osiris beads, and I ended up slipping Jehudi beads into the package for them. Because I was like, okay, black beads, let me grab them. And then they messaged me and said, hey, these are the Jehudi beads. They're beautiful. I love them. I'm going to go ahead and keep them anyway. But, can I just, pay for the other ones? I'm like, okay. And I got the sense, it's like, okay, Jehudi wanted to come home to you.
Yeah.
So
Jehudi's way of saying I've got work to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll do that. So if you accidentally ordered Mahes, that may not have been an accident. Mahes may have said, okay, I'm coming home to you.
Your accident, her purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Don't question.
Or his
purpose. Don't
yeah.
question it.
And he goes before her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. In my defense, it was labeled wrong on Amazon. Wow.
And that happens all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they do that.
But think about something. He managed to mislabel the most powerful mailing chain in the world. He meant to be home.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see here's the thing, because Mahes, and his we'll go ahead and bring his candle here. Because Mahes is also lion-headed. And so you can see you got,
Why don't we light it while
mother and son here.
he's here?
And and so here we'll set him right here and ask him to help us to learn his ways and appreciate his gifts, and may he also protect us as we get through storm season. But yeah, so there's a statue of him, and I've seen pictures of it on Amazon. Well, they have it labeled as Sekhmet because, these are statue sellers on Amazon. They don't know any different, and so they just, lion-headed. Okay, Sekhmet. No, that's not Sekhmet. It's kind of like my statue of Ra is actually labeled as seated Horus, but Horus doesn't have the sun disk with the cobra around it. He would have, like the crown, or some other attribute. So, that's why we did that video, Sunday, it's an Egyptian deity smackdown,
Feathers will fly.
Yes. Maybe we need to do something like that with, Sekhmet and Mahes and some of the goddesses.
And, Webwet, Anubis.
Yeah. So
how much is that doggy in the window? Who is that doggy in the window?
I think Darren's brainstorming for a new episode right now. So
Amun and Kunum too, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and somebody else had a statue that was someone else had a statue that was labeled as Horus but had the lunar crown, so it's Khonsu.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, it's very common.
That happens too. Oh.
Yeah. But okay, yes, fortunes. So
How fortuitous.
Yeah. Okay. If someone would be kind enough to kind of like list who all needed one, because I know sarcastic tenensis, or excuse me, Tesenesis. Yeah. So sarcastic and Lega Van Gyvid. But what I'm gonna do is try and concentrate, because I say your name so that we know this is the one we're getting divination for. So we'll start with sarcastic. And Darren is focusing on the essence of sarcasm right now.
Not that one.
So wait. All right, since you're in a vibe for that.
No. None of these apply. I'm picking. Here.
I think that was the question. Okay.
By the way, forgive me, I was being
sarcastic, yes. Okay. It just has one word. Love.
Ha!
I'll see if I don't know if the camera will be able to focus on this, but I don't think it's going to see it, but just one word, love. That's all it says. That is your fortune.
I guess that's all they need.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Oh, it's sarcastic saying everybody's trying to pronounce my name right. Little do y'all know, I don't know how to pronounce it either.
That's the very definition of sarcasm.
Okay. All right. So Ren is next.
Hi, Ren.
We love you, Ren. You're awesome. And hopefully you won't have to yeet anyone into the sun. Okay. Okay. It is not the strong, but the responsive that survive. Well, that was I know you'd had some projects that were coming to fruition. But that was, and I was thinking about that as I pulled it, but it says it is not the strong, but the responsive that survive.
That's somebody's way of telling you get off your ass.
Huh.
You're dodging something.
Well, I will defer to you on that one. I think you got a good beat on that. But I certainly hope that some things come out well for you. And I certainly appreciate all the help that you have given. It has been wonderful. But let's see. So this means I have to answer all those emails.
You're dodging something.
Oh, is this? Okay. Yes, and I noticed y'all were saying, we've got like 17 people watching and only 11 likes. Maybe they're waiting until the end, or maybe they just tuned in. But yeah, if y'all, yes, give us a big thumbs up and like this video. And okay, so next we have Anubis Awakened 72.
He probably wants to know who his parents are.
Anubis Awakened wants to know 72. Huh?
It's a Star Wars joke. Think about it.
Instead of like Force Awakens, or
right?
Yeah. What? Okay. Didn't work that well, but here, since that's who we're talking about, Anubis, if you would be so kind as to help us for our friend who has you in their username. Okay. And Anubis. It says, modesty is the art of enhancing your charm by pretending not to be aware of it. I get the vibe that this is about it. You're not giving yourself a chance, and you're don't sell yourself short. Because too many of us, we worry about being modest and not seeming, arrogant, when there is such a thing as knowing, I'm pretty cool. I'm a good person and a likable person. I'm just not going to broadcast it. That's what modesty is.
Yes, one can know they're the coolest person in the room, but the art of it is making everyone else wonder if you know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, modesty is a skill, not a gift.
It's the art of enhancing your charm by pretending not to be aware of it. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. Okay, and so now Sarana. Yeah, don't feel too bad about that, about when it cross-promoting folks, because there is an artist that I commissioned to do something for my novels and for one of my, fan pages last year. It was before the lockdown, and I still need to post that art and give the link, and I see it when I go and say things. I'm like, oh God, I need to do that. And so, yeah, you let things get away from you and it happens, but I guess we all need to try and catch up to those things. It has been a year. But Serana had a divination request, and this one was standing on its end. It's like, hey, pick me. So Serana, yours says, right here. A frivolous gift is a gift nonetheless. So if someone gives you something and you're like, oh, come on, really? There's still thought behind it. So that's the hit that I'm getting. Okay. A frivolous gift is a gift nonetheless. Okay. And Leg of Engivid. I know that you had a request for one. Let me go ahead and pull that one. And then next will be Creature of Legend. Okay. All right. Whoa! I'm going to make sure that the camera sees this. Leg of Engivid, you had 2 of them in here.
Wow.
So, they have a couple of messages for you. The first one. Money speaks a language everyone understands. Now, the second one. Mutual assistance in despair will make the ugly situation more fair. So if there's something that's tough that's going on right now, it'll be better.
Can I interject something?
Sure, go ahead.
Read that second one again.
Okay. Mutual assistance in despair will make the ugly situation more fair.
All right. Now, I'm sensing that this has to do with a mental health and physical issue. You are not alone in this. And one of the things that you're going to have to learn is that help is a 4-letter word, but you're going to need to learn to use it. Because you don't realize what kind of character you have until you give someone the opportunity to redeem theirs by helping you. Listen, as a person with a disability, we get hammered the gospel of independence. And let me tell you something. Independence is a freaking myth. When you go to McDonald's, what's the first thing they say to you? Other than, boy, are you in for it?
How may I help you?
How may I help you?
Yes.
If you go to the bank and you're not at the ATM and you do it without help, it's called robbery.
Oh, and you do it without help.
Yes.
You get money without help. Right.
Somebody helps everybody somewhere. And if you say, well, it wasn't help, I paid for it. Yes, it was. You paid for the service so you wouldn't have to do it. You still had help. What makes us independent is not what we do alone. Mm-hmm. It's the decisions we make of our own accord. So you need to think about that. And I also think that those two things are tied together.
Yeah, I mean, the fact you had 2 fortunes in there, money is a language that everyone understands. Now, I don't know if that's going to be you giving money to somebody or somebody giving money to you.
Yeah, and you might need to combine resources.
Yeah.
You might need to call in old debts.
Uh-huh.
You might need to rethink some obligations and priorities. All of those may apply.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever it is, open yourself up to change.
Involved.
Huh?
Some form of exchange involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Leg of Engivid, that's what we're getting is
yeah.
Hopefully this is helping.
They're giving you a leg up, man.
Okay, well, Anubis Awakened, has got to go and spend time with Grandma. Big hugs for Grandma. Love you guys.
Love you, man. Love Grandma, too.
Yeah. Okay, Okay. Oh, and Birch from Discord wants a fortune and wants to say hi. Okay. And yes. All right. So yes, creature of legend next. Celery and Birch. Okay. So I'll put all those wrappers behind you, Galvatron. Creature of legend. And the legend says, this is the fortune. Okay. Creature of legend. It is the most gratifying goal that must begin with a small achievement. So there might be something that you're doing right now that seems small. It'll lead to bigger things. And things that will be gratifying, a gratifying goal, but start small. And don't dismiss the small things. Those are still important.
Yes, how were the pyramids built?
One block at a time. So, creature of legend and celery. We love you, celery.
Isn't it ant celery now?
I think so.
Yay.
Yeah. But okay. And celery. Many successes will accompany you this year.
Wow. Work hard.
Yeah, I think that be optimistic when you go into that Zoom call.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
That was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got folks rooting for you. So, okay. And let's see. Yeah, it's a creature of legend, celery, and Birch. Okay. All right, Birch. Let's see. Wait, all right, hang on. Yeah, it's got to be this one. Okay, Birch. It says, look ahead or you won't get ahead.
Wow.
So, don't worry about the past. Look forward.
Yeah.
Focus on where you are and what you're doing.
You know, there's actually a pair of lines from a song that immediately came to my head.
What's that?
You can fly if you try, leaving the past behind. Heaven only knows what you might find.
Yeah.
And if you are a Transformers fan, you will know where that's from. But there you go. Look ahead or you won't get ahead. Let's see. Okay, Birch says they definitely needed to hear that, and I definitely needed to hear mine. Awesome. Well, that's great, guys. Love it. That's... yeah.
What?
Oh, Rebecca Vanderyacht is like, damn it, I knew where that was from. Well, we've got to be the same age because you mentioned like there's something you mentioned on Facebook and you said how old you were and I was like, oh yeah, I think we were talking about Power Rangers and you saw the premiere of it and you were like in high school or something and you were like, I'm out of here. And I was like, we've got to be.
Yeah, I had pretty much the same repulsive reaction.
Yeah, well, it's a generational thing, I mean, but we are responsible for turning lots of younger kids onto Jew and Transformers and stuff like that. So yeah, but awesome. I'm glad that we were able to get some helpful, fortunes for everybody.
We love you guys.
And yeah, wow, we've been on for like an hour and 15 minutes. Also, Celery, was it you or was there that had posted another ritual did a live stream a little later in the weekend? Because I saw it on one of the Discord groups, and I was like, oh man, I'd love to sit down and watch that. I just haven't been able to yet, But I absolutely support the idea of other people doing services too, because some people can't tune into this one. But if someone has something going at a different time, then hey, it just
look, this is a service to humanity, and it can't be limited to one. We all got to work together, to help somebody.
Yeah. So absolutely, and I guess what I need to do is put a little channel in the Discord for just different services so people can post their videos and things. So but absolutely. Let's go ahead and if anybody's got any more requests, go ahead and put those in. And as we're wrapping up, if I need to pause and call one for somebody, we can do that. Starting to collect crumbs in my booklet here.
They're eating already.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so Oracle says that was my channel, and me and Celery did the ritual. Awesome. Okay. Rebecca says she had an ex who played the original Transformers soundtrack in the car constantly on tape.
Wow.
Oh, so they probably had. All right, forgive me. I've got to do this just for a second because it's within reach. So
prepare the vintage cam.
Yeah.
Prepare to knock down everything.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Don't hang up, everybody. We're not leaving.
There it is. Hold on. You know what that sound is, kids? That's physical media. So, that means that your boyfriend or your ex probably had, if I can slip it back in its sleeve. He probably had this in his car. That's the cassette for the soundtrack for the original movie. And yes, you heard the cassette roll out of it.
Touch.
Huh?
since I have the power.
Oh no, right? Well, actually, that was Dare that we were quoting from, but yeah.
Little known trivia:
Mm.
the touch was actually written for the Sylvester Stallone film Cobra, and it was not used.
Yeah, I think it was a little too chipper and upbeat for that,
Yeah.
but yes. Yes, and Ren saying, we love you, wheelchair Jesus.
Thank you, my child. I love you as well.
Yeah. But this is to tell wheelchair Jesus I love him.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Oh. Dinosaur. Tell the story in the after party, yes. Yeah. Hey, look, Rain, I've got enough cameras and lights now. We could make that musical happen, But yes, and so I will try to post in Discord in a little while, and I'm glad all of you guys were here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got to figure out food.
Yeah, well, let me go ahead and do our closing invocation, and much love to everyone here. We'll wrap up, and then we'll figure out food so that you don't have to eat all the fortune cookies. Okay. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Bast, O Amun, O Ishtar, Sekhmet, Mahes. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, so you know to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Yes, and I too thought for a minute, I was like, wait a minute, Dinosaur Club? What Dinosaur Club? Then I figured out, oh, it's talking about us, dinosaurs that were born before the 80s. So.
That's right. That's right. We're dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, I can remember reading an article in 2008 that said the definition of a geezer on the internet was anyone born during the Carter administration, or before. And I'm like, wow, geezer already?
Yeah, I was born during the
tail end of the Nixon administration. Yeah. So.
I remember a time before cable.
Well, like I said, I still have old cassettes.
I did play around with an Atari whenever I was very, 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 very young.
Yes, so did I.
Yeah, now we were latecomers to that. We finally got a Nintendo in 1989. And it was for my brothers because, see, at that point in time, people still thought that video games were for little boys. But, get him.
I miss my pad.
Going.
I'm
Yeah.
about to interrupt his sleep cycle and just call it.
Yes, prayers for our Padawan because my prayer is that he gets his shot soon so that we can all go. We have much mischief planned for him.
And dinner.
Yes. Well, Well, actually, okay, this is the kind of friends that we are. Last year, again, before the pandemic, we were planning for his birthday, and we went and we got passes to... Okay, well, he doesn't watch these. He's not going to know. Okay, well, Darren doesn't want to spoil the surprise, but we were going to take him, and let him pass a good time, for his birthday. But that's going to have to wait until after all the restrictions are lifted and we've been vaccinated and all that stuff. So best laid plans kind of thing. But, yeah.
Glad we did what we did in Knoxville before everything happened.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That was the best, worst money I shouldn't have spent.
Oh, and by the way, Saran had a question about, taking the name juice because here that's I think an English speaking thing. Because if you keep in mind, there are lots of folks in the Spanish-speaking parts of the world that have Jesus as a personal name,
Right.
and that's a sign of devotion for them. You know, just like people who are Hindu taking on I want to say Rama is actually
Rama,
that's actually a title or of a deity or something.
Yes,
So
it
it's
is.
it's it's and if you think about the Egyptians, how many little girls were named Aset, and so it was the equivalent of Jesus, for folks now. So and there's another song that says something about finding Jesus and says he goes by the name Jesus and steals hubcaps from cars. You know,
Yes.
but it's from the Bloodhound Gang.
Yes,
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, it's not meant with any disrespect. When we joke that's the you'll have to get Ren to explain kind of the whole story behind that. But yeah, this all goes back to our days in college. Lots of crazy stories start with when we were in college.
Yes. ...
Yeah.
And yes, Ren has known us for that long.
Yeah. And oh, and by the way, how old am I? I'll go ahead and tell you how old I am. I turned 44 in July. So yes,
When 900 years old. Your reach looks good. No.
You just turned 47.
Yes.
So,
I'm older than dirt itself.
Well, it's funny. I can remember being a little kid, and I can remember going to see Transformers the movie in the theater and thinking, man, I'm going to be like enjoying this movie and watching it when I'm like in my 30s. That'll be a long time from now. And, again, here I am, 44, and, so yeah. And it's all a matter of perspective. Wally would be telling us all to shut up.
Yes, God bless Wally.
Yes.
And it seems that your perception of time alters as you go. The older you get, the faster everything seems to move.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, okay, like when you're a teenager, 4 years is a major part of your life. That's like a third, of or a quarter of your life. Now, 4 years, that's 1/10. So, that's one way to think about it.
You can let 4 years go by, and then you'll turn around and be like, "Wow, 4 years went by." Yeah, okay.
But,
everything. It's all a matter of perspective.
Yep.
The first time I ever noticed that kind of thing was going on field trips.
Mm-hmm.
When we'd go somewhere and it seemed like it'd take forever on the way, but then on the way back it would be extremely fast.
Yeah, because you knew it already. Yeah. Well, anyway, I do need to go ahead and shut down the end the stream for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and so Serena says I'm 5 years. I assume you're saying I'm 5 years older than your. Wait, no, that have to be Darren. You 5 years older than Serana's mom, and she'll be 30 next year. You're gonna have me sitting there crunching the math on that in a little while. But yeah. But anyway, guys, much love, and we're
see you next week.
Yeah, we had a good time, and yeah, y'all take care,
Hugs,
be safe and
kisses.
well. Yes. Let's see. Speaking of time flying.
Funny how.
Yes. And also speaking of time flying, it's been almost a year. I think next week or the week after will be a year since we started. So. See you next week. And there will be new videos, other videos soon, I promise. In the meantime, much love.